Okay, welcome to the Settlers 4 World Championship. Now on the Metzel with and which one is it? LA Silverdust as the yellow Roman on the left side, and okay, lag. I thought the lag would maybe kick one out, and as the blue Roman on the right side, we have Pralex. I'll just try to keep the German pronunciation. No, I would pronounce it in English, or more English. Yeah, we're seeing the Metzel. They're both in the 0-1 bracket of the tournament, and are playing Silverdust. Oh, who played Silverdust? Silverdust, I think, played against. No, I don't remember who Silverdust played against. He had like a tougher matchup in the first round, so he lost like an actual round, game you imagine to be able to lose. Pralex, on the other hand, just had internet issues and couldn't play the game for, I think by now, like a month or something. He couldn't play at all, which is pretty rough, but his internet is now finally back, and he also managed to get the game scheduled. We're actually able to watch Pralex now. Pralex is one of the contenders to at least go out of the knockout stage and maybe go a bit on the further side in the actual knockout stage then as well. Silverdust was like really far in the last, like he played in the last World Championship as well. He got quite far, plays multiple tournaments all around, is a really good player, really diverse player as well, so this should be a relatively close match, hence I am casting it. Now we're seeing already quite a bit of a difference. Pralex started with mostly small houses and one medium house, and Silverdust started with 3 medium houses immediately. Quite a bit of a difference. We're seeing all the stonecutters come in for Silverdust immediately. On Pralex's side, we're seeing it a bit more diversified. We're seeing both of them come in. We're seeing the tower immediately to the top and the iron smelter plus toolsmith, while Chris didn't really build a tower at the beginning whatsoever. Like these towers are coming quite a bit later, and we don't see toolsmiths either, or no toolsmith yet. And yeah, the stone mine will really give him lots of stone, which is the reason why he doesn't build stone cutters that quickly, and instead prioritizes the wood production a bit more. Now, he did run out of all the starting stone he had, and is now, like, the stone mine still needs a tiny bit till it runs. He's gonna have a little bit of a stone shortage here real quick, but it won't stay for too long with the stone mine finishing up. On the other hand here, stone also gonna run out, but it's a stone cutter, stone mine also building. So a little bit of a different approach, focusing different things. In the end, shouldn't be too much of a difference. The biggest difference is the toolsmith isn't delayed that much either. So yeah, so far, tiny differences that I'm interested to see how much of a difference they actually make. I think it so far runs a little better for Pralex, as he has his first source up a little quicker. Like here we are technically already having 3 saws. Wait, these are only lumberjacks, that's crazy. This forest isn't really that thick, like you only have like 3 trees per line here, I think sometimes 4. We don't really have that many trees really close, so doing that I feel like is kind of risky. If these are also all forests, then I'm completely baffled. We're seeing 2 saws come in, 3 saws come in. I think these are just all gonna be lumberjacks again. It's quite crazy. Okay, more differences, I suppose. Mirror match, and both of them play completely different. I love to see it. Yeah, we now have 4 saws running pretty good, I think. Toolsmith is working. Adding a few pickaxes, adding a few axes and saws. So he can increase the economy. He does put a bread on the stone mine. Some people do put fish on the stone mine. Here we are seeing a settler walk with bread, I'm pretty sure that is. That one picked up iron. That one also picks up iron. That one picked up bread. Yeah. Definitely putting bread on the stone mine. Yeah. For second thought, since these went so far to the right here, it's like, does he already have a coal mine standing? That would be quick. But no, no coal mine, no iron mine yet. Toolsmith a little delayed. And he already has the first few more saws and wood lumberjacks standing. But the toolsmith didn't yet produce all the tools for them, which is a little bit inefficient. On the other hand, I think here we have like a little bit more tools than what we're actually having in terms of buildings build. A little bit more efficient. Nothing too crazy yet. I think this is gonna be another sawmill. Yeah. Okay, so just went straight to the stone field on the upper left. Yeah. Pralex is also going pretty... Oh my goodness, these mines are standing quickly. I'm not quite... I don't think they are... I think they're actually like a quote-unquote normal timing. But it's quick. Not many people are actually that good at it. The toolsmith and iron smelter will not be running for only very short bits of time. He did proper... I'm very certain that he did more geologists than what he needed here at the beginning. And then turned them into settlers so that the settlers can immediately pick up the hammers, be builders, and then build the mines and don't have to walk over from all the way down here. And yeah, that's just really quick mines. One of them already is gonna produce some coal here. Bread is coming in. Meat is coming in. Like, those are efficient. Efficiently built. He's pioneering this tiny bit, which I like as well. This isn't much land. Building an entire tower for that is a little bit too invest for. He's building a small tower over there. Gonna get to that second stone field quite soon. On the other hand, we have Silverdust, who towers a little weirdly for my personal taste. Is towering this far right, but then just decides, oh, instead of going onto this coal and this iron, which was what I was expecting him to do, he just then went left. It works, but not what I would have done. He does get the iron mine now, and the coal mine is already standing. Did he do stop-start on the coal mine? Doesn't seem that way. No settlers are running to the bread or running with bread up to the mine. Isn't too necessary at the moment. You're having 10 free goes with the mine, 10 free coal it's gonna produce before it actually needs some food. So you won't have it not working for that much time. Now we're seeing the first few grain farms come in for Silverdust. While Pralex still isn't expanding the building economy. He's building a second toolsmith. With 2 coal mines, 1 iron mine, that works out perfectly. He's putting in more bread on the second coal mine. The stone mine is paused now. He unpaused it now, so I think now he's giving fish on it. Like, he gives some bread on in the early game, and then needs the bread for the coal mines, I guess. Would make sense, would work out. He's already produced lots of coal. The first few iron ores are going down to the iron smelter, so that is gonna run smoothly. This is now finished as well. It's also gonna run smoothly. This looks really well planned out, and I love it. I like it. It's amazing. Like, Pralex is looking like he is really prepared, knows what he's doing, and I actually knew that he was practicing a bit. I think he posted a screenshot to me once, so I did know he practiced a bit, but I love to see that it's actually working out that well. Now here we're seeing what I don't like. We have lots of lumberjacks and no trees. foresters are now actually standing. You're seeing these tiny, tiny little trees. They need a lot of time till they actually grow. Until that time, these lumberjacks have to walk all the way down here. And if they don't walk all the way down there, they're just not gonna work. Which it currently looks like. I'm pretty sure like these lumberjacks here are not working at all. These are going over there, these are going over there. Should already be building another forest over there. Make sure the forest keeps running. Only on 7 saws. So far I think they run mostly. But I think there were some log issues here and there already as well. I hate this. Why would you build an animal ranch? Look at these. Look at these. Look at those. So much wildlife to use as meat for your iron mines. The iron mines are running on 100%. That little bit of extra food you need, you can make up with fish easily. It's much cheaper than building an entire animal ranch plus butcher. But I mean, we're gonna see if it works out, it works out. I won't complain. But I'm very skeptical, to say the very least. Iron mine is now standing. Workers almost entering the building. The toolsmith, the delayed toolsmith is still not fully working through. On the other side, we already have it working again. The second one is also... Actually, the toolsmith isn't working yet. The iron smelter only so far. But the second toolsmith is gonna work quite soon as well. He pushes the tower placement with pioneers, which I love. It's like the best way to use the pioneers in a sense. Since you're gonna build towers anyways, and you just make the towers more efficient with the pioneers instead of just taking slow, only tiny bits of land slowly with the pioneers. It's also pioneering up to the north coast. The stone mine doesn't get any food right now. The first few grain farms are now... one grain farm is standing, the other ones are about to be finished. But the hammers, the builders, are walking away. I feel like he is probably in a tiny bit of a lack of builders already. So he needs to get some more builders before he builds this insane wood economy. Like he already has quite a lot of lumberjacks and foresters standing. Is currently on 6 saws. 6 saws with lots of logs on them. I feel like this is gonna be 10. These are probably saws, so I'd guess it's 10. This is a grain farm for sure. This is also a grain farm. Maybe this is a large house, but I think it's a grain farm. 10 saws, quite a good number. Definitely large build, but he did build a second toolsmith, so if you're building that, then you're definitely gonna be playing a large build. Now on Civitas side, we're seeing a few more foresters come in, while most of these lumberjacks just aren't working. And while they aren't working, the sawmills aren't working. Yeah, this doesn't look too smooth. Bakeries coming in. It's probably not a big deal. We're already seeing how these just these freaking super small weaponsmiths. Are they actually this small, or is this some other random building that I can't see? It's crazy how small Roman buildings are. Yeah, more stone cutters coming in. More stone cutters here. He's just keep digging and digging. Pioneering, yes. Really lovely played. He isn't even building the towers yet because he doesn't have to. Instead, he is focusing on more and more wood economy. Look at this forest. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're on the other side with 3 grain farms already. Those are gonna... Is he putting fish on it now? Yeah, he's putting fish on it. Yeah, fish on the stone mine. And these 3 grain farms are gonna be done quite soon. And when the 3 grain farms are done, or like getting the first grain, he wants those mills, and then he keeps the coal mines running. 4th and 5th grain farmer coming in. Seeing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12? No way, 12 saws would be a lot of saws. That would be a lot of saws. I don't think he has enough lumberjacks for 12, but I'm not wanting to count those lumberjacks, so I'm just believing in him. And this is actually another sawmill. It's 12 sawmills. Crazy. Crazy shit. 12 sawmills? Quite a lot. Large house. Medium houses. Grain farms are done. I mean, he has such an insane amount of building economy. These mills and bakeries and waterworks are coming in quickly here. And I love it. I feel like this is really clean. I have zero clue how he's piling up this much coal with 2 toolsmiths. I feel like that shouldn't be piling up that much coal, but it does. And it's not a problem. The forest still not running that amazingly. Idling sawmill. One is gonna idle for a tiny bit. Yeah, not 7 saws running, so they are idling a tiny bit here and there. On the other hand, we have 3 grain farms and 3 grain farms into already at the 17-minute mark. The first 2 weaponsmiths, the first 4 gold smelters. Now this is a very early heavy industry, and that heavy industry is gonna produce quite a lot of soldiers before peacetime. But this heavy industry is gonna come in quite soon as well. We have the 2 mills already, the bakeries are gonna come in, 3, 4, 5, and then the heavy industry is gonna come. It's 12 sawmills against 7 sawmills, which most of them still aren't running the entire time. I think that should change very soon though. It's like, these are fully done planting, here the first few are growing as well. I think very, very soon these sawmills will fully run, if they aren't already. I think they're still idling here and there a bit. But very soon they shouldn't be idling anymore. But then again, it's 12 saws building against 7 saws building. And I feel like the heavy industry that's gonna come in from Pralex's side is gonna be so much bigger so quickly that the really early heavy industry is just not gonna be producing enough to even make a peacetime push happen. Pralex definitely looks really, really scary on the Metzer here. Because it hasn't been a mistake yet. Like, even settlers are fine. When I play these big builds on this on the Metzer, I do not have settlers. They just don't exist. And if they exist in so big numbers that I've again built way too many houses. It just isn't clean. This just looks clean so far. Ooh, I didn't realize this. Not a lot of people are going to the bottom stone field this early, because the stone that comes from down here takes ages to be brought all the way up here, and it can sometimes delay your buildings, because you, like, all the wood gets there, the stone from these stone cutters gets there, the builders are starting to hammer, and then they are done before the stone that comes from all the way down here is actually carried all the way to the building up there. Because the stone that comes all the way from down here, the settlers usually come from somewhere in this area. So they have to go down here, take the stone, walk all the way back up. In the meantime, a settler could be standing quite in this area, maybe only down here. Takes the stone, goes there, takes the plank, goes there. Very short distances. And that can sometimes make it so that your buildings always need to go through 2 building processes, with the builders hammering them multiple times, which is very inefficient, obviously. And yeah, lots of planks are running up to the mines. Stone storage. Oh my goodness. I think the stone storage is there, so he... Oh my god, I love it. The stone storage exists for the simple reason that these stone cutters are at the bottom here. With the stone storage, there will never be a case where the stone comes from here directly to a building. It will always be carried first to the storage and then to the building. Amazing. He solves the problem that I was talking about, like before I... Pretty sure he solved it before I was even talking about the problem. That storage must have been standing there for a bit to be that full already. And while he's placing all the mines, he just doesn't really use any stone, so that's the reason why the stone storage is that full. But once these mines are done and the heavy industry is coming in as well, he will need more stone. Wonder if he's pausing the stone mine? No, stone mine is still running, because I feel like he has so much stone, but yeah. Stone mine is still pretty damn efficient. On the other hand, we're seeing... On the other side, we're seeing a few more. That's very sluggish. Sawmills are now running. Yeah, we have like 3 logs over there. Like, these should be running. Should be running smoothly now. Ooh, mana! Just saw that on the very edge of the screen. With 3 vineyards. This vineyard is absolutely horrible. Can place like nothing, because this one already covers this area, this one is gonna cover this area, and this one is basically completely useless. Very unfortunate. Toolsmith has lots of iron bars and 0 coal. Interesting. It isn't paused, which makes it even more interesting that his coal priorities are just not set to toolsmiths whatsoever. All the weaponsmiths have coal and the iron smelters have coal, but the gold smelters are lacking coal as well. I am seeing some red dots. These are soldiers. Pralex is covering a bit. Looks a little weird why he's covering over there, not down here. But he's covering a bit. So this is covering mostly. I thought I saw a red dot, but I didn't. Yeah, he built a tower there as well, yeah? More fishes for the north. And lots of heavy industries building for Pralex. So we have the first few weaponsmiths now being like roughly 7 minutes delayed. So these have produced a few weapons. I think they didn't run perfectly smoothly. Because only having 2 stacks of weapons that aren't even full. Sounds a little less than what it should be. But yeah. He built up a weapon advantage of like maybe 20 weapons. And now we're having 3, 4, 5 weaponsmiths come in immediately for Pralex. He has the gold smelters, and he isn't gonna stop. Much more heavy industry is gonna come in here as well. Scaling hasn't finished. I find it very funny. I just looked at the minimap, and if I move my thing away, Pralex's land kind of looks like Germany, at least a little bit, which I find very funny. And this dot is Berlin. I also love to see for barracks. Most people tend to just forget about how many barracks they need for Metzel. Like in HGAG player playing Metzel, they built their like 3 barracks and they're like, oh, I built my 3 barracks that I usually build. And then they on Metzel have like 15, 17, 20 weaponsmiths running. Then they realize, oh, I have full storages and I literally can't recruit enough soldiers. Yeah, happens quite a few too many times. First barracks is also finished for Silver Dust. And you did upgrade to 6 grain farms now. I was still so sad that he built a butcher. Build a butcher and animal ranch. Look at this and these animals. It's so much meat. So much free iron. These are like 40 animals. 40 animals of 40 meat. 40 meat is 400 iron. And 400 iron is 400 soldiers. Don't tell me you need more than 400 soldiers till peacetime. Like, what are you building an animal ranch for? Anyway, seeing the first deck of weapons piling up. 6 toolsmiths are running. And by running, I say one has 5 iron bars for some reason, the other has 7. This one just finished. Okay, this one has lots of iron bars as well. Okay, so I think this is totally fine. Should be enough iron smelters. I see lots of them. They all have iron, coal and gold on the gold smelters. We have the mines are coming and he's building more of them. He has lots of settlers. He's building houses. Pralex places really well. I'd be genuinely scared about him if I had to play against him. I'd genuinely be scared about him because this looks so good. I think this is the best I've seen so far. I haven't watched some of the other matches. Some of the common Metzel players. I haven't watched those play the map yet. Maybe it looks that cleanly for them as well, but this really surprises me as well for somebody that usually plays AGAG to be this prepared and also executed this well. It's quite amazing. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. Going up to 10 weaponsmiths. 10 weaponsmiths probably before minute 30. That's a lot of weapons. That means he's gonna be at like, what, at like, 2 times 10, 20, and 20 times 10 is 200. So you definitely have 200 weapons, plus all the weapons he produces before 30-minute mark. And I kind of rounded a bit. A weaponsmith technically produces a few more than 2 weapons per minute. I'm not quite sure if he has enough gold for it, because, I mean, he's building lots of gold smelters. It's 5, another 5, and 2 more. So he's at 12 gold smelters, a few more coming in. He's building lots of gold mines, like he can... Oh, holy shit, our Roman gold mines are disgusting. Holy, are they big. Okay, I'm pretty sure Romans are gold capped on this map. I can tell you out of my experience, Trojans are coal capped. Trojans are almost always coal capped on set maps. And iron, I think the Mayans were iron capped, but this looks like they're gonna be gold capped. And you don't need any crazy amount of gold. But only being able to place 9 mines on this field is kind of crazy. I mean, 9 mines. Yeah, it's quite a lot of gold. Can definitely produce enough gold for like 16, 17 weaponsmiths. So it'll take quite a while till that isn't enough, but I feel like overall, if you build all the mines on the mountain, you will not have enough gold. The first ore that will run out for you is gold. As the Romans. Pralex is now producing the first soldiers. Now it's already produced 20 soldiers. While Civitas is still storing them. Civitas has a huge lack of coal. Reason for that is missing mines. He's not building enough coal mines to get the coal. With 5 grain farms now there. He is still missing the extra bakeries and mill. The grain is piling up. Piling up quite a lot actually. Ah, there we have the second mill. We have a bakery over there. 3 bakeries does not sound enough. I'd like to see a 4th and probably a 5th. Why did it just pull me over there? I'm actually surprised with that. Yeah. So many iron bars. They could have been like half the iron bars and the other half of the iron bars is coal. Then you actually have weapons instead of iron bars. That's pretty... would be pretty nice, but it's... yeah, gold is stacking up. He needs another storage. No, he's actually producing soldiers. That works as well. Yeah, we're already seeing it's like 5 weaponsmiths against 10. 10. I do not see how Civitas is gonna compete. Civitas has to do something interesting, which there's potential for. You can build a shipyard. We don't see it. But you could build a shipyard, get some swordsmen, take those swordsmen, and just go straight to the tower. Oh my goodness, 3 large showers. One person doesn't want to lose. Now, after just casting an MG match that literally was won by a war machine, I would have now said that you could also bring a war machine over with the ship, but then I also look at the buildings here, and you just wouldn't be able to squeeze a war machine through. You probably could get a war machine through this hole, and then you could go over here, over the storage, and then you'd have to crush like 2, maybe 3 extra buildings before you get to the tower. While you do that, you're also walking from somewhere up here. He can store up soldiers with the amount of economy that Pralex has. That will not actually, like, he will produce quite a lot of soldiers. So he also would need lots of support. It is possible. Civitas also has mana. You can't forget that. Sadly, 2 of them are completely useless and not really doing anything. That dude is getting the wine from this yard, but this dude would have done it himself as well. Wouldn't have needed that one to help. Yeah, these are like the vineyards here have idle time when they're standing this close together, anyways. We're seeing a few tier 3 swordsmen. I'm not quite sure if they're supposed to just go into the towers. He hasn't microed that yet. Wouldn't be surprised by that. I'm pretty sure he needs to expand his grain production. Yes, Pralex is expanding the grain production. This looks like it does look like 5 grain farms are coming in so far. Is that even an 11th weaponsmith? That is indeed an 11th weaponsmith. I feel like he needs to get some bread going. I mean, they still have all some bread on there. I don't know if he overbuilt it. If he overbuilt heavy industry and this is not enough, the food he's producing isn't enough, then he needs some food very soon. He didn't overbuild, and this is totally fine. Oh, here's some 4 more coal mines over there. Yeah, I think he's fine. He's of bread as well. And the grain farms are coming in. I feel like maybe there's a small shortage in between there, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, we had over 100 soldiers already. He has the toolsmiths. Oh, he's lacking iron. I actually found something bad about his build-up. He is lacking iron. And why is he lacking iron? I don't see a single meat on there. See, he built a hunter. Lots of animals over here that he could have been hunting. But he got most of it. I'm actually surprised. I feel like because the amount of forest people was this much, there aren't that many animals. But on this side you have lots of animals and probably even more still spawning because there are still more forests. Very interesting. That does give him a lack of iron. Lack of iron that he can't solve that easily. I mean, he has fishes like crazy. And I love these fishes. This fisher walks down here, and this fisher walks up there. This fisher walks up there. Like, why didn't you just place them here? You could just place 4 fishes down here at the river and they could all go down here and get the fish there. Actually looks like, come on. Are you playing fish to stone? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's definitely more fishes than what he needs. With those 3 as well. But I mean, he's lacking iron right now. Fish is the way to solve it, so I don't mind it. It is a little sad that he built 11 weaponsmiths, and I said he with 10 he would get at least 200 weapons and therefore 200 soldiers at the 40-minute mark. I feel like he might still reach the 200 soldier mark, but it will be very close if he does. The settler situation also, actually we have some settlers standing in the soldiers. The settlers are looking fine. Would have been surprised because I feel like that's the one thing that he was really there of. And yeah, look at these houses. He is not messing up settlers. Grain farms are done. More mills are coming in. Yep, we are at 4 mills already. These I feel like are probably going to be the bakeries. Actually, there are some bakeries over there. Very clean. Besides the iron, very cleanly played. He isn't really overproducing the gold bars either, so that makes me a little concerned that he just plays too much iron smelters and weaponsmiths in general. As you'd imagine that if you are lacking iron ore, that you'd probably in the meantime produce much more gold bars and pile up some gold bars, but this is very minimal gold bar pile. Yeah, he did get over 200 soldiers already, and we aren't quite yet at the peacetime. Silverus on the other side, it's not having that many soldiers, but it's already prepared a snipe unit. Which can not probably... so they won't be able to finish the game. That definitely isn't enough to be able to finish the game against the 3 large towers. And Pralex has all his land. He can kill some pioneers, sure. But Pralex doesn't really need much more land. Oh, the vineyards. The vineyards. 10 vineyards coming in. Interesting. I guess it's kind of like a thing you build while you don't have anything else to build. These grain farms are still kind of starting to run. And... yeah, okay, he's actually having iron bars everywhere now. So fish, there was like a tiny shortage in between, but fish is now fine. The iron smelters don't have iron ore stacked up on them, but the iron bars look fine again, mostly. Some more, even more weaponsmiths finished up, so yeah. Okay, I completely missed the actual peacetime time, but we have like, I don't know, around 140 to 220 soldiers. We'll be alright. Around 80 mana for Silverus. Silverus is moving with his few swordsmen here. Do they have a priest with them? I'd love to see a priest with them. Priest will be lacking behind when walking around a bit, but the priest can still do a lot if you're actually trying, if you're actually taking a fight at the barracks, at the tower, for example. Yeah, more vineyards. How many vineyards did he place? 6. Since I know that Pralex was complaining about how little actually really good running vineyards you can place on this map, I'm pretty sure he has optimized his vineyard placement in a way that this is the highest amount of vineyards you can place on these mountains. 12 on the right side, and that doesn't look right to me. Why would you place 3 here and 4 there? We don't know. Maybe one of them is gonna do like half-half. That'd be funny. Yeah, lots of wine is coming in. More grain farms. Settlers are looking amazing. A very strong late game orientated build, tiny bit of iron shortage. I'd love to see some more iron mines. Yeah, exactly. We need more iron mines as well. I'm pretty sure 4 are not enough anymore. He has way too many weaponsmiths for 4 iron mines. Not way too many, but definitely too many. Oh my god. Oh, this is a fisher coast. Dang, that is a fisher coast. I'm surprised, like, usually I feel like you don't need that many fisher that early at all. But the hunter just isn't gonna cut it anymore. Like, there's technically a bunny to hunt, but hunter's idling right now. Probably working areas somewhere else. Probably... no, it doesn't look like it's over there. Ah, I got one meat here. Like, usually I know people placing like a hunter over here, a hunter over there, and then have like plenty of meat. Plus the fish. But yeah, if you build 12 sawmills and the woodcutters and foresters accordingly, then you just don't have that much wildlife in your forest anymore. With that, need more fisher. I think it would be worth it to actually build an animal ranch now and a butcher. Probably even 2 animal ranches. I think 2 on 1 butcher would still work. You build something like that, and then you can save. They are more efficient than fish, but they're only more efficient than fish long term, and only if you're actively fully needing the meat, which he definitely does now. Now, the issue with that is he's built so many fishes. He'd never ever in his life need all of them if all the iron mines all of a sudden get meat. So I don't think it really is worth it, actually. You don't want to make half of these buildings entirely useless by building other buildings. You want to just keep them useful, and that's it. You just don't want to waste the buildings you've already built. So now moving down with the bowman. Pralex is playing rather defensively, just covering against the snow. Covering against the snow, but I guess he isn't covering the bottom, which like it's like only half defensively, because you kind of have to cover the bottom as well. We're seeing a few thieves from Silverdust. I think that was like all over the game. I sometimes look down for a tiny bit. Few thieves that are just probably some, maybe got one in the settlement, but I think most of them are just standing in these bottom areas to scout. Pralex is playing completely without vision and is making medics as well. Yes, few medics are in there here and there. We're seeing a few medics for Silverdust as well. How does the combat power look like? We have 107 against 123, which, looking at it, 123 comes mostly from the resources used. 2,189 resources used against 1,424. It's like 700 resources difference. Actually now more. 750 resources difference. I mean, it's 12 against 7 swords. At least I think that... Yes, we're still only at 7 swords for Silverdust. Weaponsmiths aren't able to compete. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 we're at now. 10? You know, 10 isn't actually that far off the 13 or 14 that it's now over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, it's actually only 12. Thought I'd seen him go up to 13. So many grain farms. Vineyards are now producing the first bits of wine, and the first few small temples are coming in. A few on both sides. Settlers are there plenty. Settlers there, settlers down there, settlers down here, settlers over there. Building more large houses over here. There's not gonna be a settler shortage soon. Building beautification set. Do you really need that? We had 125 combat power already. I guess it doesn't hurt. And he doesn't know what his enemy is doing, so it's understandable. I feel like he wouldn't actually need it though. Now you know what would be funny? So first of all, Pralex's units are now all moving down. No, maybe not. He is indecisive. What would be funny is if Silverdust does like a move where he has like a swordsman here, his bowman here, walking in with the bowman, and then walks in with the swordsman. Bowman kind of distract. Pralex is trying to make something happen here, and then their swords just running around onto the tower. I don't think it would work. I really don't think it would work. But Silverdust has to try something. Is there a shipyard by now? No, there still isn't a shipyard. A few beautifications. A few eye catches. Interesting. There's still much smaller heavy industry. We're seeing 160 mana already for Silverdust, so that does help a bit, but it doesn't make up for almost 200 soldiers disadvantage that he's currently having. only 40 soldiers that he's missing to have that 200 soldier disadvantage. Which is very rough. Building lots of grain farms now is like also now up to 11 grain farms, while on the other side we are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 grain farms. I don't think there are any more anywhere else. 16 grain farms are plenty. Iron is now fully fixed with 6 iron mines. All of the iron smelters have iron ore en masse, and we have iron bars on all the weaponsmiths. We could actually build more weaponsmiths. Yeah, two more weaponsmiths are coming in. Gold smelters are coming in. More gold smelters are coming in. This looks more like an iron smelter to me. The beautification set is still building. I feel like you only want to build one though. If you're building one already, like, don't build 2. I don't think 2 would be worth it. Yeah, mana. Small temples aren't all finished and they are piling up the mana. This looks a little rough to me. Yeah, he's definitely losing out on some production. The small temples just being like halfway done building. Probably building a few too many buildings all over the place in a settlement. Not a crazy amount too many, but a few too many. Which actually I find difficult to do in Metzel, but hey, everything is possible. But it is just a matter of time when they're gonna clash, and I don't think, like, if Silverdust doesn't do anything crazy, like a normal fight, Pralex will 100% win. He has now, it's almost 200 soldiers ahead. Still, quite not, barely not, but very, very soon. No, he lost a soldier, but yeah, he did now overcome in this next tick. The soldier difference, 310 against 515, which all of them tier 3, besides 20 starting soldiers that both still have that are tier 1. We have 164 mana on Silverdust's side as well. 164 mana is not making up 200 soldiers though, because especially considering that Pralex is also having 42 mana. And then you can also consider that we have only 113 combat power on Silverdust's side against 132 combat power on Pralex's side. Now 132 combat power defensive when you're in your own land isn't the exact same with 133 now. Oh my goodness, these swords are not gonna do anything. These swords are gonna kill these few soldiers here in the front, and that's it. Like they're already, yeah, he sees that he's not gonna achieve much to anything over there. Now he's walking into, it's funny how the small temples are now his wall of houses essentially. He's even walking through the buildings. Like technically, yes, against swordsmen being behind buildings is amazing, but practically you don't freaking care if you have this many bowmen against these few swordsmen, especially if these are only half-life now. Most of them are damaged already. Now you're having the concave against enemy. I love crushing these two small temples. Like sure, you're not gonna get, you're gonna lose out on even more mana now, but who cares? This is also not good usage of the mana. You don't want to convert any huge mass of bowman and then shield it. That's just not worth it in any way. Reason why. All these backline bowmen are not doing anything. If you're now converting, these backline bowmen are all gonna shoot him and just one-hit those. And yeah, preferably you'd convert at like, here would be probably the best at the current moment. Then only a few extra bowmen here on the right side would shoot, and they would live much longer. And then if you convert like 2-3 times and then put a shield on them, that would actually have some value. Overall, shields are better use on your line here, usually. If you do multiple converts on one spot, It can be used really nicely. Now this is proper swordsman usage. You put them into the flank. Issue is, he already lost the bowman fight. There's still a shit ton remaining. Like, he has a huge bulk over here that will just win against the swordsman as well. And this is gonna be a horrible trade for Silverdust. But it's not a horrible trade because he fought bad. It's a horrible trade because he literally just didn't have the units. Absolute slaughter from Pralex. Pralex now actually opened the snow and started to steal some of the gold bars from the middle. So far with only 5 Steve. Only got 4 and 1. And now he's moving over the center with the soldiers. Now he just watched the last match I was casting before this match. I'm pretty sure at least he watched it. And he saw how Jessen managed to win against Slayer. Now, is he gonna do the same mistake and leave open a pathway to his barracks tower and let them be conquered / destroyed? Or is he actually gonna keep enough soldiers at home? So far he is still rallying everything over, which he doesn't need to. You traded almost 3-1, which is actually ridiculous. And you still have 480 soldiers remaining. Who in the world would think you're not winning? And like, you really need to think that the person has much more soldiers, and it was like mostly a distraction troop. So 143 combat power. Did he build 1 or 2 sets? Did he build 2 full sets? Yeah, I think he built 2 full sets. 2 full sets. He's gonna build a few more buildings, and he's gonna have 144 combat power. Then he's just set to go, like, at that point. At that point, he scaled like crazy. So Silverdust is pulling his units over to the right, which is... I'm not sure if he's wanting to go smelt through the snow and do something, or if he's just walking out of his land. No matter what he doesn't have swordsmen, so it doesn't really matter if he goes over there. He pulled a few back here, but I guess he pulled them to the front again. And he's just gonna have his rally now go through the snow. Either he's gonna have his rally go through the snow. His rally is going through the snow. Silverdust saw this and is now gonna walk against it. Please pull the medic back a bit. Medic didn't actually take damage because the bowmen were called back before the shots arrived. The medic didn't take damage. None of the other medics started healing all of a sudden. Now the medics should be... yeah, they healed and died. Amazing. Amazing. The medics did so much. I love medics on the front line. No, it doesn't matter anyways. It really doesn't matter. The game is won. There are 46 mana on Pralex's side as well. Pralex is not winning so many small tempers. get all this wine actually used. Yeah, he has 144 combat power. I don't like the swordsmen just running in. They're just gonna be obliterated. They don't do much here at all. Oh, no. I don't think that attack went through. Yep. Swordsmen are not doing anything. But there are bowmen from the back. And there are bowmen fighting over here. And I don't think Silverdust is winning any one of these fights. 144 combat power just isn't to be talked with. Just wins. With shields over here, which make you think that I might win. Now the swords. Yeah, now I would send in all the swords. I would have liked to send them in together when the other ones also still lived. But now it's like a small line. Now the swordsmen are really good. Yeah, huge concave. Still trading amazingly. It's not 3-1 as it was before anymore. The trade was better now for Silverdust than before, but still not enough. Still not enough. Silverdust is calling the GG. With that, we have a winner. Pralex wins. A very, very, very strong game by Pralex. And a very... I mean, it wasn't a short and sweet game. It was a 1 hour long game, but Pralex made it feel rather short in terms of the moment you felt like you won was already like 30 minutes ago. Something could have happened though, but nothing did. Yeah, 733 soldiers against 487 soldiers. And not really a way you can win a main fight, like an engagement on open field like they did. There's no way you win that. Mana is now, like, Pralex is also gonna catch up. The longer the game goes, the worse gets that goes for him as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna scroll through this. I think I sadly forgot about that on the last MG match I casted. And after that, I think I'm gonna try to get into the interview. That is probably again gonna happen, and I'm again gonna be translating a bit. Let me have a look-see. I am now... Oh wait, King Cat is down there. I find weird, but I even be... Yeah, we're gonna go into an interview in just a second. If you have any questions, please type them in chat. Yeah, very much agree, Guru. Was very nicely played, very strong game, especially considering that he usually plays AG and isn't really used to Metzel that much. Okay, we won't have an interview with Silverdust, as he doesn't have a microphone that he could talk through. Oh wait, is King Cat? Okay, no, they didn't do an interview, which is fair. I think yeah, works out. In the end, would mostly be a congrats to Pralex anyways. Would have probably asked him about the iron, but it's fine without an interview as well. Silverdust wasn't there anyway, so yeah. Now I'll just bring out a few things that I always bring at the end because I always forget about them. Feel free to donate, you know, those kind of things. If you enjoyed the championship, I'm putting the link in the chat where you can find all the info. Also the link in the description on YouTube later down the line. And yeah, those kind of things. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say right now. You can still get into the championship right now. It's like the last kind of opportunity after this round. We are not accepting people that come in later into the tournament. Right now we have like people that would be excuse me, I just got a message that distracted me from one of the people in the match. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you can still get into the tournament if you so want to, when some of the people don't have time or for whatever reason can't play anymore, are disqualified. We are gonna let other people get into that spot. This is the last one we're gonna do that though. When the third round has started, we're not gonna get any more people into it. We don't want to people then get into too far into the brackets still in there, but that gets a little weird at that point. So yeah, if you want to, it's like the last kind of opportunity. The deadline for this stage ends tomorrow, and after that we're gonna have the next draw on the 25th, so the day after tomorrow. And then that's it. Then we're gonna go in the third round. You can't be signing up, getting into the tournament anymore. And now I really think I have everything. I'm honestly kind of not having a structure for this right now, and I think I should just end it anyways. I'm kind of all over the place as I'm also tired. Almost midnight. I actually am having a good sleep schedule right now, so I'm not staying up too much after midnight usually. I'm wishing you all a good time. I'm gonna be not casting any matches more for this round. I'm pretty sure like there's only one more match tomorrow. I'm not gonna cast that for sure. So you are only gonna see me the next round again for Settlers 4 at least, unless you're wanting to watch some other streams. I do play some other games. So you all have a great time, and till next round of the Swiss stage. Bye bye.